Yeah, Mike Scott Chicago down here enjoying the sun today. People trying to go to church tomorrow, Sunday, and yeah, people trying to go to church. They try to visit their mother on Mother's Day, which is closed, and God is open and enjoying life today. It's a beautiful day in Chicago. Sun is beautiful, it's beautiful, and just enjoying. Like I'm sitting here. And my own best friend today. He's his own best friend, like Aristotle says. His own best friend takes life in privacy, where the man of virtue ability don't worship being afraid of solitude. Having peace in the storm, sitting here enjoying the beauty. The sun is shining. It's a 70-degree day. A lot of drama going on around me, but I wear the world like a loose garment. The peace that comes from God past all understanding. The world can't give it, the world can't take it from me. He that can do the bad, I live to see the good. He's wise and do all the pains of life and still smiles and serenity. So I'm smiling in serenity from, you know, from enjoying life today. Bad breath, better no breath. So, yeah, cigarettes kills 8 million people worldwide. They put them in the ground, not in the hospital. Alcohol killed 3.2 million people. Benny's, the liquor store is still open right now. Practicing social distance. So, you know, I'm practicing social distance right now because the company you keep determine the trouble you meet. A lot of people I don't be around, and so I'm glad sitting here and just being still, being still and getting this meditation, emotional balance. I don't have highs and lows today. The sun is shining because God commanded the sun to shine. Schools are closed, but God is open. Legalize marijuana. They're opening and smoking weed, and telling people not to go outside. And people need to go to church to follow Jesus. Those who trust in the Lord are steady as Mount Zion, unmoved by any circumstances. So, gotta trust in Jesus, not in science. The world's full of trickery. Put you in the ground and come to your funeral. And I seen how sad it was when they did JFK. I remember that really affected me. JFK got assassinated, King got assassinated. So the world is full of trickery. So wear the world like a loose garment. Don't watch the news because that's an obsession, a thought that blocks out all of the thoughts. So a lot of things are killing people today. Guns killed 250,000 people during this lockdown. See, the whole world is doing a bit. They locked down. Like everybody's like in the penitentiary. They can't do things. Can't go to the park. Can't go outside. You can do this and that. Everybody got a mask and. Today I got a couple of masks because you go places you can't buy them unless you got a mask on. So it's good to be like I say. The vitamins come from the sun. Every time the sun rises, I think your life is just beginning. Uh, Bird can fly so high, but he must come down and get his food. So I need to. That's what my grandmother told me to stand humble. You won't crumble. So can't worship God and money both. Can't serve two masters. If your happiness depends on money, you'll never be happy with yourself. So what's going on in society, depopulation, social distance, and people's antisocial. People are addicted to social media. They're antisocial. Walk down the street, put masks on in the summertime, and so a lot of confusion going on. Wickedness in the high place. Wickedness. There's a lot of wickedness stuff going on. So people are going from Chicago to Indiana to enjoy like Memorial Day. This is Memorial Day holiday. So people want to go enjoy, take the kids to Indiana Beach. Beach is open for Indiana. Beach is open. And people are trying to control people. And I learned the more you try to control people, you won't be controlled by people. I can't control nothing outside me. But people like control. Drugs control the addict and alcoholic. Now you got people dictating, telling them, don't go to this state, you know. And so you don't have freedom. People lose their freedom through fear. The train is still moving because that's a federal thing. And so people want to, they need to go outside and sit in the sun, like in California. People want to go to the beach. They want to just sit out on the beach, because they had a song called the Beach Boys talk about, that's a beach song. The Beach Boys created that song about the beach. People want to sit in the sun, enjoy the freedom. But nowadays, people use fear to cripple people's freedom. So, like it's almost in a police state. It's like, you know, police are seeing people like they're sending policemen into churches, make sure they don't have over a certain amount, 10 people. And it should be separate. And then we got a lot of stuff going on. It's like people are gang banging. Politicians are at war. Certain parties hate the other parties. And I found out what is hated. When you hate somebody or you hate an object, you draw that person towards you. You know, if you got bit by a dog, 8 years old, don't walk around with fear. Don't be scared of dogs. You be 60 years old, scared of, and I thank God I don't live in fear, So I'm just glad, like I said, this nice guy just, it's cool to be a square. Slow lane's the best lane. The educated man's certain spiritual qualities makes him calm in adversity, happy with alone. So I'm happy when I'm by myself. I don't need to be in a crowd, because like I say, I studied the Zen monks. I know it would be my own best friend. So I take delight in privacy, like Aristotle said. And I got a haircut. I finally got a haircut. I had a guy, and finally got a haircut. You can go across Indiana get your haircut. And a lot of things, you can go to Indiana get your haircut. Enjoy life. Go to Wisconsin. So you can go to different state and enjoy this Memorial Day holiday. This is a holiday, because states are slowly opening up. But like I said, a lot of things are killing people that's physically you can see. 150,000 people die every day worldwide. They're gonna die. You're not gonna live forever. So that's why it's best to be living in here and now. If I'm depressed because I lived in the past, I'm anxious because I live in the future, but peace because I live in the moment. So I live in the moment. Seize the moment, spot check myself. Know I'm on borrowed time, not a dinosaur. The dinosaurs are gone. Butterflies are still here because butterflies can change. So Confucius said one must change, be constant, happiness, or wisdom. Buddhist talks about for the uncontrolled there's no wisdom, nor for the controlled power concentration. For he's no concentration, there's no peace, and for the peaceful, how can there be happiness? Buddha said, what's the use of claiming something that is yours when even the moon is used as a public light? The fool says, this is my kids, and this is my wealth, when he himself does not own himself. So I learned that wealth consists not having great possessions, but having few wants. A man is rich and poor to flee, he can afford to leave alone. So I don't care what they do in New York City. The horses are running. I don't have to gamble. I don't gamble. I've gambled 31 years. They legalized gambling, and they brought these Uber cabs, these Uber drivers in Chicago that knocked out the cab drivers. Uber basically was it called Jiffy cabs back in the day. You get a Jiffy cab, from the grocery store, and that's what they did. They brought these Uber drivers in and destroyed the cab business. Illinois State Lottery came from the policy kings, which are the Jones brothers. They flipped it and legalized it. I met Al Capone's lawyer in the 80s, 87 years old. They took that from him and legalized alcohol. So usually what's popular is not right, what's right is not popular. A lot of things that are popular is not right. Kids not being in school. Toys R Us closing down is not right. Kids need to play with toys, not on cell phones, That's part of addiction. But it's a compulsion. I'm doing something against my will. So I'm glad to have a freedom, to be able to speak my mind, think my own thoughts, live my own life. So the strongest man, he who stands alone. See, I had to stand alone. I don't do what everybody do. Like Confucius said, great man, no robots. I don't follow the crowds today. I don't worship things that take people alive. Wisdom, better weapons of war. I was holding a gun 10 years old, getting up 4 o'clock in the morning, sub-zero weather. I had a military stepfather. So, it's cool to be a square. Nice guy, Chicago. You're enjoying life today, no matter what. The world is closed down, it's open up, but God is always open because you can't control God. You can't control God. Peace to come from God. Wickedness coming in from Luciferian type of plans, social distance, which is 6 feet is the grave. So the hermit life is not a normal life. For a lot of people, they don't know how to do it. And that's why people get isolation. They're depressed. They're Instagram. They're drinking and drugging, and a lot of stuff. Domestic violence is going on in the world, and people are being, that kills a lot of people. Like I had to tell a guy one time. He said, "Mike, I killed my girl." I said, "Turn yourself in." I had to tell a guy to turn himself in. So a lot of things are killing people today. So not just the coronavirus. Alcohol, like I said, kills people. Cigarettes, 8 million people go to the grave every year, but 1 billion people are hooked on cigarettes. So I'm glad today is cool to be a square. Don't sleepwalk through life. Stay awoke, pray, meditate. And this meditation called Meditation of the Masters. I studied 35 years ago. He said, if one wears shoes, the pebbles in the road will not harm his feet. If one remains calm under any condition, the pebbles of life will not cause you pain. Meditation I've been over 35 years called Zen and the martial arts. Let your mind flow. The mind must always be in a state of flowing For when it stops anywhere, the flow is interrupted. And this interruption just injures the well-being of the mind. So I must flow with whatever may happen, let my mind be free. I must control my emotions, or my emotions will control me. I can't control nothing outside me, so I don't worry about nothing outside me because I can't control it. One of my meditations says, be calm, be true, be quiet. Do not get emotionally upset by anything that happens around you. Feel the goodness and purpose of the universe. Be true to the highest ideal. Do not let yourself slip back into old ways of reacting. Stick to your spiritual God. Be calm always. Do not talk back, defend yourself too much against accusation, whether false or true. Accept criticism as well as accept praise that God could judge the real you. So I tell people today, pause before the penitentiary. So Mike Scott, enjoying the day today, enjoying the here and now. Happy Memorial Day. Enjoy life. To sit out in the sun, take a walk. Good people walk on whatever happens to them. Good people don't yearn for pleasures. The wise not so changes, highs or lows. Whether touched by happiness or by sorrow. King Solomon said in Proverbs, adversity make a man wise. So it's not what happens to me, it's how I take it. So closing churches down. I remember I went to church one time and on Father's Day to get a book called The Man in the Mirror. And this meditation says, life is a big question mark. God is a big answer. Whatever the question, he's the answer. No matter how down, up, tired, or strong, be fed or betrayed, all present, hurt or happy, rich or broke, famous or known. God is the answer to your problems. So God is the answer to your problem, not money. I learned it's not what you possess, who you are, the position you hold, or where you're located, and that makes you happy or happy is what you think about. You take a food and put in a match, it's still a food. Our best friends, our worst enemies are our thoughts. A thought could do you more good than a banker, faithful friend, or true companion. A thought could also do you more harm than a brick. So you could be in a mansion and blow your brains out. So it ain't about what I got. If your happiness depends on money, you'll never be happy with yourself. So happiness comes from within. Not on the other world for the enjoy, the pay, enjoy luxury and thought. Mike Scott, cool to be a square. Good night.